Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to episode 12 of Needle Drop Nation. Today's episode is entitled Celluloid and Soundwaves 1975. It's a banging bonkers year. We love it. I'm Nick Wood. I'm joined as always with my lovely friend Jody Barrias. Jody, music of 75. There is so much to get through. We're going to have a right old romp through this one.
Yeah, definitely. And it's an exciting year. It's a fabulous year. So much to share with all of you. It's been a long time and we miss you guys. We miss you all. And we're going to start off with some of the things that were very important in reflection to what happened in 1975.
Yeah.
So I know that it was the founding of Microsoft in 1975. Yes, 1975. And
how crazy is... What was it? Bill Gates and Paul Allen.
Yep.
Microsoft founders. Whatever happened to them?
Well, look at... Hey, a lot of our work, we still utilize Microsoft today, and it's still going strong. So cheers to Microsoft.
Yeah, Windows when it came out was absolute genius. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. I remember my very first Windows PC, tiny thing, didn't do much, but yeah, incredible. And also for the US, quite notable, the actual end of the Vietnam War.
That is correct. It was the time when the North captured Saigon. U.S. troops have already left, and 1975 marked the year, the end of the Vietnam War.
So everyone must have been very happy about that, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes, definitely. It was a war that was long and too much extended. And also in the UK, Nick, now tell us about our special lady. Our special lady.
We have a special lady. Yeah, it was 75 that Margaret Thatcher finally became the leader of the Conservative Party. We still had a Labour government, but no, she became the leader of the Conservative Party. Went on to be probably one of the most successful prime ministers we have ever had. We'll talk more about her in later episodes because she certainly had a big impact on the UK over the next 13, 15 years. But do you know what, Jody? We love a little vote about Europe and common markets in the UK. We had another one in 1975, this time to stay in. Do we want to stay in the Commonwealth? We'd only joined in 73 and then we voted and come out on the crazy, only in the UK. So yes, so we had a vote in 75. Do we come out? The answer was resounding. No, we're staying in. And we stayed in until 2016. I think it's the 10th anniversary of our vote to leave last week.
Brexit, yeah, not 2016, yeah, 2016. Mm-hmm.
And like all things, we voted. Our politicians said, "Damn, we weren't expecting that. Now what do we do?" And we've been in a 10-year limbo pretty much ever since. Not to worry, we're here to talk about the music. And as we said, music of 75. It was DISCO, the birth of disco, Jody, I believe.
Yes, it was. And it really brought on to the airwaves, dominated the airwaves, made the New York life and, the evening even more spectacular. We were listening to songs in 1975. You had the Bee Gees with Jive Talkin. Gloria Gaynor, yep, Don't Leave Me This Way. And also the boys Do the Hustle. It's like the disco anthem. Okay?
Yeah, they were great songs. I got to admit, I'm a massive Bee Gees fan. I've got all their stuff pretty much, I think, over the years. Yeah, and I know they came in for a torrid time after after Night Fever and the disco tunes, and then they kind of had to lie low for about 10 years until they reinvented themselves, but they were able to do some amazing collaboration with all sorts of people. So that's pretty neat. Barbra Streisand, I think they did one with.
And with Dionne Warwick too as well.
Warwick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then in the 80s they did have the one with Diana Ross. Chain Reaction was there. So that was a good song. But we haven't got to the 80s yet, so we're still
we're moving ahead. Yes. But also, Nick, that year was also your favorite song came out that year.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't know it because I was only 9. Rushing down to the record stores, but I later discovered it in my early teens. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Wow, this was that was my introduction to him was just incredible. It was like man, oh man, and then and I still say today, he's one of the best. This is weird. The best concert I've ever been to, and the worst concert I've ever been to. Best one, 1986, I think it was, same year as Live Aid. In fact, I think I'm right in saying he left his stage there for them. He was there a week before. The Born to Run tour blew my mind. It was like, wow, I just could not believe it was so good. And then I saw him a few years later without the E Street Band in a place, that was at Wembley, big venue. Then I saw him later on at somewhere called the Milton Keynes Bowl, not the best place in the world. And he didn't have the E Street Band with him, and it was awful. It really was bad. But in between that, I saw him at another couple of venues, and he was back to his normal self. So I can forgive him most things. But yeah, it was just the power of his music, the rebellion, the hope, sense of you could actually do anything. And it was kind of like, yeah, I got it. It was like, we were just growing up. It was like that. He kind of like touched a nerve, and yeah, been a big fan ever since. Some of his recent stuff is a little bit. I listen to that.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you see with early Springsteen is, he really talks about from the perspective of the working class, and I really have admiration for his songwriting. And as time went by, and bringing patriotism even to the Americans and all generations too as well. And then now with these tumultuous times in the United States, remembering and having folks remember, why it's so important and to make an impact on, being articulate about what is best for the people. And I think Bruce is the guy who literally, you're talking about somebody who's a songwriter, an activist, somebody who truly believes and really moving people. And what can I say? I mean, the guy's amazing.
But the nice thing is, I think this was his third album, and back in those days when you signed a record deal, that you basically were funded for your first few albums in the hope that you would create or rather hone your craft and then get a decent album 3 or 4 in, which you just don't get today. So I think youngsters today just haven't got that ability. Can you imagine if poor old Bruce, if they hadn't stuck with him for the first couple of albums, of which there are some good songs on there, don't get me wrong, but this was the one that really propelled him. I could listen to it all day. I can play it on the bass every now and again. I'll put that on, put the bass line on. It just feels so good. It's great. It is actually a really good one to play the bass to. It's not that tricky, but you really get a sense of the energy behind it.
Totally. Get your adrenaline pumping when you hear that song too. Yep. Yeah. Totally. Just like disco does too.
It does. It does.
By the way, Nick, I'm going to share something with everybody. Is that the shirt that I'm wearing, Body and Soul. Here, I'm going to show you. So Body and Soul, it is a traditional celebration of house music. And I'm going to tell you, if you talk about the history of house music and the inspiration to house music, it also came from disco. So to share that with you, yes. In that respect, I think that, again, you're talking about places like, when you think about disco in New York City, you think about Studio 54, Palladium. Yes. And, at this time, 75, you've got this whole thing with the rise of disco happening and great classic rock tunes that, lasted and resonated, and up to this day can be listed as one of the top 10 on the top, in rock and roll history. Like our band, we have Queen came out with Bohemian Rhapsody, and there was this whole controversy about which edit or which one to play on the airwaves, because I think one of the pushbacks that they got, Queen got, was the length
Yeah,
of time for
it was
Bohemian.
6 minutes, and that
Hmm.
was unheard of
Hmm.
for a single. It's like, who's going to play that? But certainly in the UK, they used to play it because you can't really chop it down. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, so you've got 6 minutes, and it is good. It's a seminal piece, and again, propelled them. We talked about Killer Queen last time, didn't we? And how that was, me and the Vickers boys who were babysitting me introduced me to them. And then you get this brilliant, like 8-track recording, superb. And again, it's that studio production where suddenly, people can do even more things with synthesizers and multi tracks. It's incredible, and seminal, I have to say. And of course, Jody, we can't let the year go by without someone we know and we like a lot. He had a good album out. Oh, David Bowie, he was there.
Yes, definitely. The Thin White Duke becomes and presents as the Thin White Duke. Amazing, smooth, with funk, brings in the sound of funk, and also collaboration with his buddy John Lennon.
Yeah, you were saying.
Co-wrote Fame. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realise that until you told me. It's like, wow.
And Young Americans.
Yeah, of course, as you were back in the day.
Yes, 5-year-old Young American.
You haven't changed a bit.
We're young at heart.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, actually, just going quickly back to disco. Was disco really like a born in New York and then spread?
Well, there are stories about the history of disco in major cities, and it basically came from the major cities. And it actually, like house music, came from, the gay scene, and, living as far as music as a form of expression to actually bring people together. And, because disco with the beat, the funk, the spiritual, essence of it, bringing folks together, celebrities together, working class together.
And for the men, it was the obligatory medallion, open chest hair. Yeah,
that's right.
Thank God we've moved on.
I see you're not a fan of that fashion so far, but the 70s, you just can't. It's hard. It's just hard. But I must say, you got the Gloria Gaynor, and we got Earth, Wind and Fire, Shining Star, best song ever. And we know that Earth, Wind and Fire had a lot of influence of artists afterwards, and even artists of today. That actually look back to the music, the highly acknowledged musical collaboration that they did, and it's just amazing. So, in the voice of Maurice White, just like Freddie Mercury, has several layers of octaves, which is intense. So I just, it was 1975 disco, great year, great classics that came about too, and great material.
Now, also, we've touched on this in a few episodes ago. We talked about the Who, and then being skint until they released their rock opera Tommy. Well, that was made into a movie in 1975, so that's why we got on the playlist, guys. We've got Elton John, his version of Pinball Wizard, which is from the film. Again, a brilliant film. Lots of famous English actors in it as well. Oliver Reed, to mention, one of my favourites. Yeah, of course, The Who. But there were some awesomely good films in 75. The one standout one for me, Jody, Jaws. You just never want to go back into the water, or whatever it was called. I remember as a 9-year-old child, not having seen the film, because obviously it was too early for me at night, but hearing about it, and then we'd be swimming in these gravel pits, and you'd be swimming and you'd be thinking, is there a shark? And no, I know there's no, rationally, of course, no great white shark can come into the gravel pit, But I tell you what, as a 9-year-old swimming around in it, and suddenly you hit like a warm patch of water that the sun's been on, your mind just plays tricks with you. So
Yeah.
George, I remember when I did see it at the cinema. Yeah, what an amazing film.
Mhm.
Also, I remember seeing it at the cinema, but not at this time. But Death Wish, Charles Bronson,
Mhm.
his films. It's like, wow, so some crackers. So that,
Mhm.
yeah, Tommy the Rock Opera. What was when we talked about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yes, that was another amazing film. We're talking about subject matter dealing with mental illness, and another film I must say that came out in '75 that was controversial was Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. Yes.
Yeah, incredible. Yes, an amazing film. '75, and
Mhm.
and ones we mentioned earlier, Shampoo.
With Warren Beatty. Yes.
Yeah, and of course, one of the most iconic the most cult films ever, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
1975.
Mhm. And
that's insane.
And up to can you believe 50? It's 51 years old, just like Microsoft, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Again. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With Tim Curry.
Yep. Very young Meatloaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I remember in the 80s, a theater close by they show the Rocky Horror Picture Show at midnight, and then you'll have fans actually sing along and dance along to the movement of what they saw on the screen. So talk about a cult classic, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
We did indeed. I remember doing that in the 80s. Not sure I should confess to dressing as Dr. Frankenfurter, but in those days it had to be done. I had better legs in the 80s.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's any excuse to dress up as a woman. Anyway, let's get back. Let's not go down that path. Let's get back to the music. Also, we had Rod Stewart. He was in the charts. He was in the UK. He had 2 number. I think I have to double check. It might actually have gone to number 1 3 times, but certainly 2 times. Firstly, when he released it, and that was Sailing. I am sailing. That one. And then it was the theme tune to a BBC TV programme about the Royal Navy. So that was then on for several weeks. That was his theme tune. So more people heard it. So that went back to number 1. I've got a sneaky feeling it went again, but I'll have to double check. But yeah, so super big song. Scottish, of course, being Rod. And then we had the other Scottish boy band that, if you know about Take That and Westlife and what are your American ones?
Oh yeah, the Bay City Rollers.
Yeah, I can't think of Backstreet Boys.
Oh yes.
Those sorts of ones. They were pre-past. I'm not sure what the word is, but yeah, Bay City Rollers. Basically, that was the boy band of 1975. I remember my older sister. They had tartan scarves they'd put on their wrists, and they'd have tartan trousers, tartan purses. It was all tartan. I can't remember the guy's name. Ben McCowan or something like that. Yeah, bye bye baby, goodbye bye. These little songs, but apparently very popular. I wasn't a big fan.
Neither was I. I was a kid when I listened to the Bay City Rollers, and I'll tell you something. I think the song that made them popular in the United States was Saturday Night. And can I tell you? Yeah, and you know what it was? It was their hair more than the tartan that I focused on, because they came out with good hair. What can I say?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with good hair, can you?
Nick, at least you got your good hair, that's because you're forever young, like Nick. We're forever young.
Yeah, so, we're okay. We got good hair. We'll form a duet, maybe.
There you go.
Also Roxy Music. They were good. Love is a drug. Is that one? Love is a drug.
Yes, and that was also a dedication from Roman, who's one of our listeners. He was born in 1975, and he said, can you play Love is a Drug by Roxy Music? And that was one of the first songs that actually played on the airwaves that made Roxy Music. The first time I actually heard like early Roxy Music, on the radio. And it was on like a rock radio station, not a how should I say, mainstream top 10.
I know that's the funny thing. That's one of the real differences in our cultures back in those days, because again, you had different radio stations for different genres and everything. We had very few radio stations. We had the BBC Radio 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we had a couple of other radio stations, none of which were specific to a genre. It was more just it was either going to be some localized pop music, because we still had the aftermath of the Radio Carolines and the pirate radio. So yeah, we still had to open up our airwaves for radio back in the 70s. Crazy, isn't it? When you think back now, and you think of all the things that we have, back in the 70s we only had 4 TV channels and pretty much 4 or 5 radio stations. It was a sad time in the 70s.
No, but think about it, Nick. In the UK, and I had a talk with my husband about this. Basically, you had a lot of artists, music artists, that paved the way to, rock history, pop history, that, made fantastic work. And for such a little island, man, a lot of artists came out. That's the quote from my husband.
Tea. Yeah, absolutely. I just had a quick look at the playlist as well. We also got Hot Chocolate on there. Brown and his boys. They were good as well. We used to like them.
Yes, absolutely. Sexy Thing. Yep. And then also. Yep. And then there was Minnie Riperton's Loving You. Sad. She died at an early age, but that song is a song that you could play on a Sunday afternoon and just mellow out, and talks about falling in love as a young teen. And also there is another one by Janice Ian called At 17, which is such a beautiful song too.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a really cracking little playlist there, Jody. Thank you for that. And just so you know, Jody puts the playlist together, and it's like, wow, it's always good. I read through it and I go, oh wow, I love that one. So yeah, great little playlist. So do play along with the playlist. Now, Jody, I'm thinking 1976. That was a year in the UK of a big heat wave. For sure. And yes, I think there's some more incredible music in 76, and that'll be on our next show. Can you think of any off the top of your head? I'm trying to think.
I'm thinking about maybe Star Wars, 1976, 77.
77.
Yeah, I know we're going to. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Yes. 1976 is another fantastic year. I mean, we're going to get to see a lot of what comes ahead in advancement with going more and further into disco. Also with Queen with their next album, and 1976 will surprise you guys with what's going to come next.
Well, because we're probably going to delve into a little bit of punk, I'm guessing.
That is a very good point.
Early punk will be there.
Yep.
It's exciting. So guys, whatever you do, you're not going to want to miss the next episode at all. So Jody, it's been a while, but thank goodness we managed to get our time in to do this podcast today. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And you know what? It's always a pleasure working with Nick on this podcast. It brings great memories. And also, like I said, Needle Drop Nation is a love letter to us Gen Xers. in celebration of music. So thank you for all of you who've been following us, and continue to spread the word. As we could see, people, we also publish not just on YouTube, but we also publish on Apple Tunes and Spotify, Amazon Music, and we're just extremely grateful for all of you throughout the world. As we
Yeah.
see, we are growing, and let folks know. Also,
Exactly.
comment, subscribe, and also offer a dedication, a song that you'd like to listen to. That will be focusing for 1976, and as you know, the episodes to come that are coming up too as well.
Yeah. Oh, Jody, well put. And yes, do let us know what you'd like to hear, because this is not just our podcast. We love it and we talk about it, and it gives us a lovely sense of warmth. We could chat about music all day long, and probably too long anyway. But until next time, guys, thank you, Jody. Jody, you're the best.